Hello there, this is Mr. Tipton, and today we are looking at combining integers. Most teachers like to talk about adding integers or subtracting integers. I like to think of both of those as combining. Sometimes we're combining positive things, sometimes we're combining negative things, but ultimately we're just combining, all right? First thing we have to make sure that we're doing is we must pay attention to the sign on the left of each term. Pay attention to the sign on the left. Sign on, sign on the left. The left of each term. Okay, right here we have a -2, a -4, and a -6. Well, isn't that -2 minus 4 minus 6? Yes, those are pretty much the same thing. But each one of these terms has one sign on the left of it, and it's a negative. -2, -4, -6. Alright, 3 plus 5 plus 7 is the same thing as +3, a +5, and a +7 all being combined. Alright? Pay attention to the sign on the left. Now our rules for combining. Whenever we are combining things that have the same signs, we're going to add those values, and we're going to keep the sign that we're working with. Add, keep the sign. Same signs, add, keep the sign. If and when we are combining things with different signs, we're going to subtract. Different signs subtract, and use the stronger sign. The stronger sign. Really, we're using the one with the highest absolute value. The one that is furthest away from 0 is the stronger number. All right. Let's go to the next page here. Look at some examples. All right, for years, you've been adding and subtracting positive numbers. We're not making any changes to that. If we have a +3 and a +5, we have +8. Okay, they're both positive, so we add them and we keep them positive. All right, 2 plus 7, they have the same sign. They're both positive, so we add and keep it positive. 1 plus 1, they're both positive, so we add them and keep them positive. Now, if we have negatives, here we have a -4 minus 5. This is the same thing as combining a -4 and a -5. There's 4 negatives and 5 negatives. It means there are 9 negatives. Okay, same sign, so we added the 4 and the 5, but we kept the sign. It's still negative. -6 minus 11 is combining -6 and -11. Same sign, so we add. 6 plus 11 is 17, and we keep the sign. 6 negatives and 11 negatives, 17 negatives. 2 negatives and 2 negatives are going to give us 4 negatives. Okay, so these were all examples of same signs. The top 3, they were both positive. The bottom 3, they were both negative. So now, let's look at some different signs. Different signs. All right. 10 minus 6. Okay, obviously you know that 10 minus 6 is 4. But let's look at it as combining instead of just subtracting. Here we have a positive 10 and a negative 6. Those signs are different, a positive and a negative. So we subtract the two numbers, and the stronger sign is the 10. The 10 is bigger than the 6. It has a higher absolute value, so the 4 is positive. All right. Now if I flip that same problem around and did 6 minus 10, okay, positive 6 and negative 10, I have different signs. I'm still going to subtract the two. 10 minus 6 is still 4, but this time the answer is negative because negative 10 is a stronger number than positive 6. The further away the number is from 0, the stronger that number is. All right? 9 minus 16, positive 9, negative 16, those have different signs. So we're going to subtract. 16 minus 9 is 7. And negative 16 is a stronger number than positive 9. So it's negative 7. All right, a few more. Negative 13 plus 5. The signs are different. I've got a negative and a positive, which means I'm going to subtract. 13 minus 5 is 8. And which of these two numbers is stronger, the 13 or the 5? The 13 is. That means we have negative 8. Negative 7 plus 18. 18 minus 7 is 11. Which number is stronger, the negative or the positive? This time the positive is, so we have positive 11. Negative 9 plus 9. The signs are different, so we're going to subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. Now which one's stronger, the negative or the positive? Neither one. They have the same amount, so we just stay at 0. All right, let's try to evaluate an expression with a couple of steps. We've got negative 9 plus 7 minus 10. All right, you know from elementary school that you add and subtract in order from left to right. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Add and subtract are a team, so we do them in order from left to right. Right here we have negative 9 plus 7. The signs are different, so we subtract. 9 minus 7 is 2. And the 9 is a stronger number than the 7, so it's negative 2. Then we still have the minus 10. Now, negative 2 and negative 10, those are the same signs, so we add. 2 plus 10 is 12. We add and keep the sign. 2 negatives and 10 negatives are 12 negatives. Negative 12 would be our answer. All right, make sure you have your notes done. We'll talk a little bit more about this in class tomorrow. Have a great day.